Hola, it's me, Didi. Welcome to another wonderful episode, another magical episode of Deep Dives, Early Outs. With me, Didi Fuego, your host. I'm so excited for today's interview, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Let's get started, shall we? I'm so happy to talk to you.
Thank you for having me.
It's really amazing. Thank you for making time for me. This is a project that is very, very near and dear to my heart because I feel like a lot of conversations are not had. And so I think I care to hear from you, and I hope people out there on the internet will want to hear us, check in.
Of
Touch
course.
base, trauma bond, gossip, giggle, all the things. Yeah. It's so interesting to me how to even start explaining this to you. I told you we were gonna talk about your time on the show, the time before and the time after. But to be more specific, I'm calling this series Deep Dives, Early Outs, because we are the Porkchop Legacy.
Ah.
And so I feel like these kind of conversations with the girls that didn't get a chance to live as long on the show,
Yeah.
I think these are important conversations to have. And also, I need a therapist and I haven't found one. So today, for the next hour, it is you.
Period.
I hope you don't mind. The way I'm structuring it is very simple. I want to talk about your beginning, like how your drag started, how you felt your creativity became itself, what I like to call how did you find your fuego that led
Okay.
you to what you do now. Then we talk about the middle, which
Okay.
is your time on the show. And then we talk about, not the end, but the beginning again.
Yeah.
Is how you take over your life after a moment that maybe was not what you had hoped for, and how you're doing now. Because that's in the moment where I am, and I'm like,
Okay.
SOS sister, what do I do? But first, I want to talk about your beginning.
Technically, it started in St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, so
Okay.
I don't count that show.
Okay.
But in 2011, I joined a competition. It was a drag competition, and I was making YouTube videos in the basement at that time,
I've
and
seen
putting
those
on
YouTube
just a little,
videos.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Putting on my little eyeshadow and calling it a day. So in my mind, oh, this is a drag competition. I can win that. I do this all the time.
You were from the bedroom to the stage, I got this.
This is nothing.
How did it go?
I placed third in performance. My performance was amazing. Everything else was a chop.
Okay. Okay, but you also talked about this on the show. You're like, if it was about performance, I could outperform a lot of these girls.
The whole cast, yeah. I was, yeah. All of
cast. The whole cast.
It's to line them up.
All right. And then, so from that, what did you take from that first competition? Were you disheartened? Were you like, all right, let's keep going. Let's keep trying this?
I didn't think I was going to do drag after that. I was like, this is stupid. This is a lot.
And I feel the same way currently, yes, right now. It's stupid.
I walked in there with just a little palette of eyeshadow, and it actually took literally all the queens in the competition, every one of them gave me something to use.
That's very sweet.
So I walked into drag being what's the word I'm looking for? Loved on, because everybody looked at me and my eyeshadow was like, oh honey, what are you doing?
But that must have felt nice. You're entering a new world and people were like, honey, come here, we got you.
Yeah, because mind you, I'm not BSing when I say all I had was eyeshadow, so I didn't have no foundation, no concealer, no lashes, no I stole my sister's prom dress. She didn't know I had it until after the pictures came out, and some raggedy wig that I was working at Goodwill at the time, so I stole the wig from Goodwill and the shoes from Goodwill.
And then you're like, this is not for me. Thank you so much.
Not doing this ever again. Yeah.
Cut to how many years later you're like, wait, the itch is back.
So 4 years later, this is 2016. So almost 10 years, as a matter of fact, 10 years next year. Jesus.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. My best friend said, girl, you're going to be on stage. You're going to be doing drag, watch. And I just always put that in the back of my mind, girl, whatever.
What were you doing work-wise or in your life at the time? Had you moved to Atlanta? Did you, because this is what I thought. Did you never?
So 2011, I was still in St. Louis. I didn't move to Atlanta to 2014.
Oh, okay.
But I was just kind of I wasn't serious about anything. I was just kind of living. So I was working at Target and just doing whatever I felt like.
Minding your business.
drag competition that I entered was at a club called Burkhart's. I don't think it's called Burkhart's anymore, but the club was called Burkhart's at the time. And it was every Saturday. You just come, you get to perform for free.
Like open
And
mic
you
kind of.
win. Yeah. So I like found again, went back to what I knew, got me a raggedy wig from Goodwill, got me a dress. My manager let me like take a dress and some shoes. I
Amazing.
made my first mix and I did it again. And for lack of better words, like I caught the bug for it. Like I was like, this just feels like I'm supposed to be up here.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
feel it in your body, in your spirit.
Yeah. Like I would waste money on terrible outfits, like from Dots and Rainbow and all this stuff, and be at that competition every Saturday.
I used to love Rainbow. And I moved to New York for college, and I used to do costume design for plays and stuff. And I would just like
Yeah.
take the clothes, take the wig, and just like bring it home, try it on. And the budgets at school were like not great, so we would go to Rainbow, we would go to Kmart, and I would wear those clothes in the privacy of my home for years.
Yes.
Ever.
I didn't know it was drag that I was fiending for, because I'd sing Drag Race, but I wasn't taking drag.
Right.
Like drag wasn't a thing. Like I grew up in the Bible Belt, so it wasn't a thing I was thinking about. I wasn't supposed to be a drag queen. I was supposed to be a writer/actor.
Okay. There's still time.
There's still time, yeah. And so the way I look at it is I do still see Kennedy Davenport still throwing her leg up in the air. So the way I look at it is if her leg is still up in there about 50, then I'm just going to stretch. I'll stop when Kennedy stops.
You're going to be doing drag till you die.
Yeah.
I can't imagine she's going to stop anytime soon.
No. And I really do. I really do love doing drag.
When are you like, I have this bug, I like doing it, let me get on TV?
I didn't, to be completely honest with you, each one of my audition tapes was just a throwaway. I never thought I was going to get on a show. Not that I didn't take it seriously, just like I was like, I'm not going to get that call, but you don't never know until you try. So I would just make a tape just so they can have it.
So that they see it. But also doing a tape is a big commitment, takes a long time. So you were like, I'm going to do it, but it's like not to get on. You're just like, you want to do it?
So the first tape I did was for Cornbread. I made Cornbread's first audition tape.
How did you meet Cornbread?
She actually
was family before.
Oh, that's a whole nother story. So me and Cornbread met in another competition that our other sister, Kyra, was doing. So me and Kyra in the competition. And me, Kyra, and two other queens had gotten to the last night. But I didn't know anybody. Like everybody had like their people like helping them dress up. I was used to doing everything on my own. So I was running to the back to get in my dress because I made the top two. I hear like somebody go, Hershii. I was like, who is that? She was like, I turn around, I see her. And she was like, you need help? And I was like, no, I'm okay. I didn't know who she was. So I'm like, no, I'm okay.
And also you're self-sufficient. I was too. I was like, I don't need to be, I'm like, I got this.
I'm good. Don't worry about it. Yeah. And then we became friends because there's a mix that ironically she stole from me, but there's a mix that I made that somebody like kind of took and they were performing it in Long Beach and she saw it. So she like recorded it and she sent me this and she was like, ain't this yours?
Girl.
And I'm like, yeah, girl, that's mine. She was like, you want to go handle that? And I was like, no, it's not that deep.
At this point, you'd moved to Long Beach?
I'm in Long Beach now, yeah.
Okay. And you got there for work, for love, for family, for...
St. Louis wasn't working. But Atlanta had run its course. Like my friend, I moved down there with my best friends, but they slowly started moving away or getting partners or doing their own thing. And I was getting... I was by myself. So I was like, well, it's time for me to do something different. I literally like threw everything in my little red Chevy and like drove all the way here.
You're talking about it so casually, but that takes like guts and planning and energy and like wanting to shift your own life that way. It just feels...
Before I became a parent, I'm a bit of a nomad, I would say. Like, I don't mind, like, I'm not anymore. I can't do it anymore.
No,
but I used to jump in my car and just, like, I would decide in a week, okay, I want to go back home and just jump in my car.
How are they now with you and drag? Like, what are they? That's like part of their lives. They grew up with it. So like, it's not like they think it's weird or anything, right?
I have to do more explaining Hershii to adults than I do have to explain to them. The most weird it's got is actually just recently we had the parent teacher conferences. So I'm talking to my daughter's teacher and she told her all about my job. Oh, my baba does some makeup and he takes his makeup to work. And then my son yells out, well, makeup is only for only for girls, but I guess it's okay if baba does it.
Who taught you that makeup was only for girls? Like,
their grandparents are still of a certain time. So we're still working on that.
It is so much work to teach older people ways, but I do think it kind of does fall on us to not be so frazzled about it and to be like, okay, I understand. Let me try to help you understand. So then you start auditioning, you start sending your tapes, you're like, I don't know, I don't care, it's gonna be fine, like whatever happens, happens. And then all of a sudden, you get a phone call that says like you are gonna be on the show, or like you get that did you get that pre-phone call? You have
I
to go
remember
through the
specifically
hoops.
going, uh-oh, because I did Cornbread did 2 takes before she got on. So she did season 13. I did her take for 13, and then she got on to 14. So that's when I started doing my takes for 14. I did 15, and 16 was the take where I was like, here, they can just have it. I really don't.
Yeah, if they want
I would
you.
say that was my worst take. I think 16 was my worst take. And then they started calling. I said, oh,
You have your partner, you have very young kids,
a cat and in a 1-bedroom apartment. Yes.
and all of a sudden you have like your 5, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, to prepare a drag race package, a talent
Yes.
number,
Yes.
shoes, wigs. How how was that for you?
I will say to some extent, I did not know what I was getting myself into. Watching Drag Race and then being there and experience it is 2 totally different things.
Yeah.
Everybody says what they would do and what they should, and what you should do and how you should handle it. And when you get there, I would say I was stuck really hard in between doing what I know to do and doing what people told me I was supposed to be doing. And I think
telling you this,
everybody around me, everybody's excited, but also there are a lot of people that want that experience.
yeah,
So
and
they're telling you you should have it.
do this, do this, and oh, you should really do that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had a really hard time with people like that, and I kind of had to move them away from my life because I was like,
Yeah.
at the moment, I really have to focus on what I want. And if I go there and flop doing what I want, at least I'll like be doing what I want.
Yeah. I think that was my biggest downfall I took in too many opinions, but I had plenty of my own. Like instead of I hear what you're saying. It was a couple times I was like, is she right? Well, she did do this and she does have that going on. And
There's like
if they wanted all of that, then they would have casted those girls who had all of that.
Ding, ding, ding.
And I wish I would have
right.
thought of it like that. Yeah.
We've talked about the beginning, which is how we got to before. But now let's talk about the middle. Now you're on the show, episode 1. You're not on it. Split premiere.
Yes.
So it's episode 2. Did and you're the first one to walk in, right?
Yes.
Okay, take me to the moment you're behind those fabric walls, ready to walk in, and it's silent in there.
You're hearing the music in your head, but everything is dead, like whisper silent.
It's like the air conditioning is just going. Well, I came in and I was in the middle of the bunch, so I could hear just cackling. Just I walk in and it's dark. I'm imagining like it's the workroom. It's bright. It's joyful. I matched my outfit to match the workroom. It's like bright. It's orange. It's plastic. I walk in and it's dark, and I'm like, I can't see the cameras. I can't see my mark.
Oh, they pulled a stunt,
girl. So okay, so you walk in. You're doing talent show.
Yes.
What do you remember about that first day? About like meeting the girls, seeing RuPaul for the first time. What are your memories of that moment?
I think once Geneva walks in, I think it hits me at that moment. And I'm looking at the other girls, and I just got in my head. I think that's when it started. Like I'm in my head now, and it got bad. Like I'm cheesing it off really well, but it got bad. A lot of imposter syndrome. Like I don't know if I'm really supposed to be here. In retrospect, it was more so because I was wearing and doing everything that other people had told me to do. So I wasn't comfortable in anything. Every designer that helped me and lent a hand and gave me some discounts were amazing. But a lot of those outfits and things that I was wearing, they weren't things that I would do. The things that I would do, nobody was checking for. So that made it worse.
Yeah, that feels like a disadvantage to not feel in your skin.
Yeah.
I said, like from the outside, you looked very present and comfortable. I'm thinking also the thing about your season that was crazy is I'm from New York, Mexico, but like I represent New York and I've been doing drag in New York for years and everyone in New York knows who I am. And I walk in and I'm the only one from New York. No one knows who I am. And everyone's like, we don't know who you are. Kind of like next.
That's what it felt like because I was the only one from LA this season.
The season before it was like 6 LA girls. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like not
and
6.
It seems like everybody had some type of rapport that I didn't know how to grasp. They had spent all that time together. Plus a lot of them lived closer to each other. So every time we would go somewhere, anytime we would go somewhere, I always felt like I was sitting on the outside of something. And it felt that was kicking my behind the entire like experience. Like it
Yeah.
was really hard to adjust to because I just felt like you're part of this big experience. This big thing just happened,
Yeah.
but also it still feels like you were there, but you weren't.
I feel the exact same way. And I
Yeah.
love my sisters, but I can't blame them for like not treating me the way they treat the people that they spent weeks with.
Yeah.
They spent a week and a half with me. I mean, I feel happy that I've made good connections, but
Absolutely.
like for promo, when we came back, I was like, do people not like care about me because I left first? And then I was like, wait, we just didn't have enough time together.
That's all it is.
But in my
Yeah.
mind, I was like, they think of me less.
You feel like an afterthought. And like the
Oh.
second I went home, that's what everything I did felt like an afterthought. And that was a real struggle for me through that whole year. I really struggled that whole year with that.
I really do want to talk about what happened after you left and that period before announcement and then what changed once the season started airing. You prepared a talent performance. Talk to me about that preparation. You're saying you heard a lot of voices from other people in your preparation for certain things and the looks. Was this also something that you felt was kind of put upon you, or did you feel like...
No, actually, like Whiplash that's who I am as a performer. Like I said that from the beginning. Like I like being pretty and I like being stupid. I've never claimed to be a fashion model or a look queen or any, like, I like to perform. And again, it was one of those things where it's like the decisions that I was solid in, people didn't really vibe with like that. And that was kind of like, that was a little difficult. Everybody has in their mind that every drag queen is about to jump on that show and like spit fire or something. And like,
no, you had a great song and you performed it very well.
Thank you.
Okay, you're watching the talent show. What do you remember about watching it? What do you remember about performing it? Your Whiplash. You're watching Megami protect queer art and Nymphia jump around and Geneva with the big skirt. What are your memories from that day?
I was happy to finally perform because, you know, we don't get to get on stage and actually perform for a minute before it's actually time. So, like, that's what I do. So I was ready to get up there and show out. And then I'm always first. Like, the edit showed me, like, third or fourth, I think. But, like, I was first to do almost everything except the runway that week. It was nice to get it out the way, show the girls what I was made of. Like I said, like, nobody really likes my outfit or got it, but it was like, that's like, when did we start taking drag this seriously? Like, this is just what I do. It was a dumb song with it was supposed to be dumb and silly. Like, just have fun, relax a little bit. And all these.
Did you feel like the because it was Rate of Queen, but what did you feel about the judges' response to your performance? Like, was RuPaul like, oh yeah, slay girl, or was
he really did seem to like enjoy what he was saying. That's all I was looking for. This is supposed to be fun. I don't want everybody to take it seriously. I'm not about to drop an album after this. I don't backflip like this. Let it be.
I'm waiting for the sequel of Whiplash. This kind of brings us to episode 3, which is the sewing challenge mother ball situation. I'll tell you one thing that I'm jealous that you got to do that I did not get to do.
Okay.
During the 3rd episode, did you get a chance to have a one-on-one with RuPaul?
It wasn't a one-on-one per se. It was the
was
four
there a
of us.
walk around? Yeah.
It was the 4 of us, and then he kind of passed questions back and forth. I didn't talk to Ru as much because I think Ru saw those socks and was like, "Oh, girl," and not in a shady way. Just like, again, at that point, I'm already deep off in here, so I probably wasn't giving it back anyway. Like, I just.
So you started spiraling from the moment you see Geneva Carr for some reason.
It was like a slow drop.
So you're in your hotel, you're in your accommodations, you're journaling, and you're like, so in your mind, you're like, I don't belong here, or like, I'm nervous, or I'm scared, or like.
I was just really, I don't know exactly what it was. I just couldn't, I guess for lack of better words, I couldn't find my footing. I couldn't find my bearings.
Yeah.
What makes me feel better about going home first is I like to think they sent me home because they was concerned about my mental health. But there was a minute in there where it freaked me out because I couldn't remember my son's voice. I don't know what that was, girl, but it was like, I'm trying to remember him calling me Baba, and his voice was not coming to me. And that like teared me up. It was on some about downtime, and they had to like pull me to the side because I'm like, I can't.
The fact that your body was like craving that and not getting it, of course you would spiral.
Yeah. And then again, I don't know. It's not like the other ladies were shading me, but I also just don't know them. So I don't know how to get close to them. I'm not really good at making friends as an adult. So, I think
It's hard.
that's where me and Maya like connected us, because Maya was kind of the same, or her first, or at least when I experienced her there, like I need a minute to feel everybody out and then I'll see who I vibe with. And that was just, Drag Race happens really fast. I didn't come in prepared for the emotional toll, and then watching everything happen, and then the sewing challenge happened, and then I'm trying to make something. Production did me a favor. I know for a fact there was a moment where I was sitting physically under the table, like boo crying, because I'm like,
And they did not put this in the episode.
no, and they did me a favor because I'm crying like, I hate fashion. This is so stupid. I don't want to fucking sew.
That's nice because you kind of left your two looks in the ball
Yeah.
before the pants you didn't make. Those looks were great. I love those looks. 3 or 4 of the looks you wore the first 3 episodes were latex. Who is this latex diva?
My promo look was supposed to be latex too. By the time we got there, I had put on a little weight, so it didn't fit, and they had to. So everybody thought I just went to Dots and got a top. The top that I was supposed to wear did not fit by the time I got there. When I tell you everything that could go wrong for me during this season went wrong, and everybody just thought, like,
sister.
When I went in and said I am not prepared for this, it was supposed to just be a joke, but it like manifested into everything just like left and right.
You manifested that as soon as you walked in with that entrance line. Okay, so maybe it was like saving you from yourself, that they were like, let's send this diva to her children.
And what's really messed up, no, because here's what's really messed up. I said I know I can kill this if I could just get past this fucking week. I know I can kill it. I know I can. And then get
the next challenge a performance one?
SNL, and I'm an improv queen.
That is like what you were doing. That's how you started drag.
Would have killed it. But I don't like the assumption is for a lot of the early outs is that because you went home early that you didn't come ready, or you weren't competing with the other girls, when some of those girls get multiple times to fail, and sometimes they slide through, sometimes they got a lip sync and they make it through. Just because they made it a little bit further don't mean that they would have presented something better that I would have presented if I was still there.
So you get eliminated. You're like, this is the end. This is the end. But in true life fashion, it is the beginning again. Work through your elimination feelings. The next phase of your life begins. How are you feeling? You get back home after your elimination. Walk me through those months between getting home and promo and because that's where I am now. And it's been a very difficult emotional experience that put all my hopes and dreams onto something and have that experience not be what I hoped.
Yeah.
And have to reframe everything.
So for me personally, what I went in there expecting and what came out of it, I would say life had to teach me a couple of other lessons too. So from getting eliminated, I would say all the way up to maybe just this February, March, were some of the roughest times that I personally had to experience. I wish I was way more kinder to myself, and I was not.
So what was your mind saying to you, and what do you wish you could have told yourself?
I wish I could have told myself, I wish somebody was there to tell me, you did the best that you could. Relax. Just relax. Enjoy what is happening now. You did the best that you could. The outcome is what the outcome was supposed to be. Enjoy what you can now, and whatever is supposed to happen for you is going to happen for you next.
Yeah. Once in a while, it's like easier to shake off it because it keeps piling. It's harder to put the voice in your head that's going to tell you that it's going to be okay, because the other side of you is saying,
I just wish somebody would have pulled me to the side and just said, I just want you to relax.
Yeah.
Just enjoy.
Okay, I'm hearing that.
Just it already happened. You went home, and now it's over. I can't trip off of going home first, winning both my lip syncs, but being told that I lost.
Like the work that we have to do to be okay with what happened, to change the way that we viewed what was going to be, and be like, it will not be that. What will it be? I don't know, but being okay with the not knowing. The business of being a drag entertainer in this day and age is different than the opportunities that girls got automatically kind of in earlier seasons. The idea is it's harder to get those opportunities, to get those paychecks. There's so many Drag Race girls. How do you encounter your spot in the business of drag?
A lot of the girls that go a little farther aren't actually ready for the business side of it. Like, all Drag Race is glamorous. Drag Race is fun, but you learn really quickly which girls were actually working before this show. Because it's nothing for me to get a job. I was like, people shade the shows, and of course you want the big and glamorous stuff. Like, you want the Drag Race lives, you want the tours. All of us are not going to get that opportunity. Unfortunately, it just does not get to be the dream come true for all of us.
Whether we deserve it or not, especially not for the pork chop.
Exactly. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Luckily for me, I was hustling before Drag Race, and I know how to get my jobs now. So for example, I know how to turn that into my own shows. I know how to been, working with certain promoters. A lot of promoters you're not gonna like. I suck it up because I still gotta work.
Yeah.
I know how to keep my calendar full. Some of the girls just don't know how to do that. And if they didn't have drag Race backing, they wouldn't be working.
A couple of the girls and I, we call ourselves the businesswomen of drag because we know how, or we hope we know a little more about how it all is gonna work. And so we can maneuver the business side of it.
Yes. And the fortunate part we do have as early outs is whatever we do from that point going forward is always going to be better.
When did you start feeling like, oh, I'm good. I feel love. I feel respect. I feel appreciated. I have not felt that because I haven't been announced or been out. When you
start working off this, once you start getting your bookings off the show, it happens gradually, or let me say for me, it happened gradually over time. Like when people recognize that you can perform, or people start watching the show late. So throughout the year and beyond, you're going to have people catching on to the show later, actually, and messaging you, actually, I really liked you. I'm sad that you left.
What are you keynote speaking? What's this other, because everyone drag has I think they do an audition,
So I was diagnosed with HIV in 2020.
Your HIV is settled, under control, undetectable, intransmissible.
Yes.
And so now you get to speak on it.
I get to speak on it. I talk about, I'm doing the keynote speech about that. I mean, by the time this comes out, it'll be past, but I'm doing that. I just did one about adoption. I talked to adoptive parents that are thinking about adopting, and that parents that have adopted in Long Beach. I did a whole conversation down there, encouraging people to adopt kids. We have a lot of kids that, don't have a home, that are aging out of the system. We're thinking of, not right now, but we're thinking about in the future, adding one more to the family. We're thinking about it. Not right now. We're financially strapped now, girl.
The world is a difficult place to make money, raise a family and all that stuff, but you have it in your heart to help a child that is in the adoption system. That is amazing.
Absolutely. There was all of 2024, there was nothing I said no to. I still got to go to London. I still got to go to Australia. I still got to do the things. I just didn't say no to anything. I said, line this shit up.
Put it in the calendar. Put it in the calendar.
Drag Race was not a stepping stone to something else. If I get to do other things, beautiful, absolutely love it. But I love doing drag. I'm going to keep doing drag. I'm not trying to just be on TV to be seen. I'm looking at my predecessors. I'm looking at BB Sahara and Trinity and Kennedy Davenport, Silky. I'm older than Silky, but I'm looking at Silky.
It's the working deep.
They work. They're not just sitting. They're not just waiting for the name to bring stuff to them. They go out there and they're doing the work.
That's amazing. And also I think that has to do with the fact that we were working before and we still remain working. We didn't go from our house to Drag Race and then start working. It's we are. I was seeing some photos of you from a long time ago, and it was if you didn't perform with a plastic shield in a place with plastic curtains during the year 2020, then you're not ready for Drag Race.
Yes.
Before I let you go,
we
entered the part of deep dives early outs that I like to call the rapid fire, the rapid fuego, if you will.
Come on, rapid fuego.
I have 8 questions.
Okay.
You get to pick 2. So pick a number between 1 and 8, and I'm going to read you out that question, and that's how we're going to close out today.
Let's do. I'm number 8.
Number 8. Okay. Question number 8 is: do you have any regrets from your time in the competition?
My only regret from my season is that I didn't just have fun. Like I just didn't say like whatever my placement is. I just wish I would have spent that entire time just having fun and taking it all in because it's gonna go so fast. So
And
I
it's
just
about having fun in the competition and also like
the entire time from the time they called me all the way until we got till they said thank y'all girls at the Emmys.
yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
Oh my God, you went to the Emmys. How cool.
We had a great time at the Emmy. Now the Emmys, we had a great time, and I need to add this real quick because the girls tried to shade me because they like to call me a little urban. But I walked in, I had my purse, and I walked in with my house shoe. I got heels, but I kept a little big purse, and I had house shoes in them. So I'm walking in my house shoes first. Everybody got they like stilettos on. They like, Hershii, come on, like what are you doing? And I'm like, okay, girl, whatever. So we have to do a lot of walking. Forewarning, you have to do a lot of walking because there's a whole bunch of pictures and red carpet stuff you got to do. By the time we got to the Emmy book picture, they were all pissed and wore out. And who was comfortable?
She came prepared. She came prepared. All right, pick another number for our final rapid fire question.
Number 3.
Number 3. What was the season of Drag Race or the queen you saw there that inspired you to think you should be on the show?
Season 8, Bob the Drag Queen. I yell it at the top of my lungs all the time. Coming up in Drag in Atlanta, I was around a lot of pageant queens, a lot of poise, a lot of sophistication, and the lessons that I learned from all of those queens. I can never. What's the word I'm looking for? I love they made me the queen I am today, but Bob really switched my trajectory in drag and they changed the way I do my mixes. They changed the way I approach like being beautiful. Like Bob changed the entire way I approach drag, period. And I genuinely think it saved my career.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think Bob did that for drag in general.
Yeah.
That's been also so inspiring to see a different example of what drag could be.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yes.
All right. That was the end of Deep Dives with Hershii LiqCour Jeté. Cannot thank you enough. I feel like the therapy session went beautifully. I feel released. I feel like I got some good tips moving forward. All right, that's the end. Hershii, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I can't wait to see this show.
Have a great rest of your day. I'm so grateful.
Wow, thank you.
To you, everyone, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and follow Hershii online and go to your shows. See you on the next one, everyone. Adios.